everyone, my name is Katie Hung. I'm the Kids Ministry Director at Crosswinds Church in Livermore, California. One of my favorite things about working here is that we used to be an old dairy farm, so many of our buildings were converted from barns. We have over 30 acres of land, and we're all about restoration, taking something old and making it new and giving it a new purpose. Today, I get to share with you and talk about the series In Season, which is a 4-week series in the Old Testament, specifically in the book of Psalms. As you may have guessed, In Season is all about the yearly seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. They all have their distinct traits and qualities to them, and even though they're different, we can remember that God is with us through all of them. And in this series, kids will discover how they can respond to God in every season of their life. As the Kids Ministry Director, I was thinking specifically about our kids here and what season of life they're in. And the main season of life that they're in is just growing and developing as their own person. I think it's a really important thing that at every stage of their development, that they are reminded that God is with them in every season. Even if they're not using that language, what season am I in right now? In every stage of their life, to be reminded of them from birth to 5th grade, that they are loved and seen and known by God, and God is always with them. So let's take a look at week 1. We are starting off in Psalms chapter 1, and then we jump to Psalm 23 for week 2. Week 3, we go to Psalm 51, and then finally we finish week 4 with Psalm 100. Now, of course, we got to take a look at the big ideas for each week. Week 1, big idea is God's words are in every season. Week 2, God leads us in every season. Week 3, God hears us no matter the season. Week 4, we can thank God for every season. So I am personally so excited for this series because I am a big nature person. I love spending time outside, getting to connect with God's creation. Going outside and just looking around is such an awesome reminder that God was so intentional with everything, especially at a place where I work, where we have so many trees. We get deer and foxes and turkeys and just a bunch of wildlife everywhere, that it's just so cool to see that we as humans were not God's only creation, that he made everything around us, and it's just such a cool reminder. So specifically for me, you can't really have the seasons without talking about how the seasons change and talk about nature. So I'm really excited about that. I love that. What's really fun about this series is each week focuses on a different season. Week 1 is summer, week 2 is fall, week 3 is winter, and week 4 is spring. So the activities are specifically tailored for that season. One I'm really looking forward to is one of winter's activities, which is called What's the Weather? So one kid will wear earmuffs or noise-canceling headphones, and they will try to guess what season, saying, or phrase the rest of the group is saying. So I think that'll be really fun. It'll have a ton of laughs because they won't be able to hear. They'll just have to kind of read their lips. I think the kids will really enjoy this series as well because they'll get to share what their favorite season is, why, and what they like to do during that season. Now let's talk about environment and decor. My first thought was using a lot of color. In my mind, each season has its own color. Fall is orange, winter is blue, spring is green, and summer is yellow. Again, those are just my mind associations, so use whatever colors that you're thinking, but I love the idea of decorating in a way that represents each season equally. On the other side of that, you can completely customize each week if you wanted to, because like I said, each week focuses on one specific season. So for spring, you might add pots of flowers and gardening tools, maybe butterflies, things like that. For summer, you could go full-on beach party vibes, beach balls, pool noodles, like sandcastle buckets, things like that. For fall, you can go crazy with all the leaves and the pumpkins that you want. And then for winter, you can do a whole bunch of fake snow, maybe even do some wrapped presents or something to that effect. The modules in this series are really great. The reflection in week 1 is something that I will definitely be doing with my kids. It's called Imaginative Prayer, and it'll be totally different from the usual prayers that we do. I think it's a really cool opportunity to introduce the kids to something that's a little bit more meditative and probably totally new to them. And finally, I love this series memory verse. It's from Isaiah 40, verse 8, and it's grass withers, flowers fall, but the word of our God endures forever. It is one of my favorite verses, and it has been ever since I first heard it, and I'm really excited that the kids will be memorizing it this month. Well, what about you? Did anything stand out to you, or is your mind already brewing with some ideas? Definitely let us know. And if you don't have this series yet, make sure you visit Grow Curriculum to download it. Thanks, y'all.